Hi and welcome to our 54th episode. And my name is Sufyan Yousaid, and I'm in conversation with the Dean and Director of 6th Cricket Academy, Mr. Karthik Jeshwanth. Welcome, sir.
Thank you.
Mr. Jeshwanth, in this episode, the first question is new season ahead for schools, colleges, and cricketers. What message do you have for parents and players?
Yeah, this recurs every end of the summer camp and start of the annual camp. Time for people to get admission into schools and colleges. So my request to parents, which I want to strongly convey, is about let your education. That means whether you're school or college, whatever, don't compromise on that. Whereas now what I'm seeing, parents are compromising on their education and then getting into an academy which they want, which they like, and they're compromising on the school, college, and they're moving homes. I don't think that is required. Yes, it has got an advantage, but it's not the only thing, because the compromises which a child, the parent, the entire family, the burden on the entire family is so much when you're displaced from one locality to another locality, one school to another school, or just because you like a particular academy. So that, and also cricket. Cricket is not a sport which requires your entire day attention. Unlike tennis, football, badminton, basketball, they all have, you need to play almost the entire day, because most of the day goes in fitness, because they are very, very fitness oriented sport. Cricket, I'm not saying fitness is, it is required not like other sports. Recently you must have read also about Virat Kohli talking about the fitness
Hockey.
of the hockey players. So they need it. Cricket, yes, you need fitness, but at the same time, you don't need to spend the entire day. You just spend 2-3 hours around this developmental age of between 12 to about 18. Then I think once you get better, you spend all the day. Now, coming again to choosing a particular academy, the recent sensation which we are seeing is Vaibhav Suryavanshi. Vaibhav Suryavanshi comes from a place where he is very far away from a metro. Forget looking at an academy or anything. Yeah, for him, maybe 22 yards a cricket pitch would have been
His terrace.
a bonus. Yeah, his terrace. So now you judge for yourself as the parent as to how these things help. So finally, to conclude on this is, don't compromise your getting into a proper school, college, just because the academy is somewhere else. Academy, what you have to look at is it are they providing a healthy, safe, physical and psychological atmosphere? The coaches, do they know how to handle each age group players? And if you feel that is safe, I think, and if your child is a good player, nobody can stop. So I think that is the thing which I want to convey to the parents as the season is beginning.
Mr. Jashwant, last couple of months we've had the IPL craze. There are so many youngsters coming into IPL. Do you think the fear of failure has increased among young cricketers to be the next future IPL star?
See, first thing comes from the expectation. Everybody cannot become, the superstars. So, just because you see someone doing it, why can't I do? Is not a good thing. So that put indirect pressure on the player, and the player probably is playing for the fun of the game and for the other things which the sport brings, rightly so. But the parents, I think, are putting a lot more pressure than the player himself. So it adds to when the expectation becomes too high, the confidence certainly goes down, which is indirectly not a good thing. I think nobody, even if you have seen the IPL players also, nobody started playing to play for IPL or for India. They just started, they saw whether I belong here. And another thing which I want to tell the parents is, you got to, just because you like the sport or it is followed in India vastly, not that my child needs to play cricket. I think your child may be good at some other sport, so why don't you try it? Especially in an academy like the CSC, we have all sports here, like badminton, football, tennis, swimming, shooting, basketball. So who knows? You want to because it's a popular sport. You're trying to put your child into cricket. This is under one roof. You can try all sports here. Maybe try to who knows? Like to give an example of Usain Bolt, who's very passionate about cricket and fast bowling. He wanted to become a fast bowler, but it's his PT master in the school or college who pushed him to become a sprinter and ended up as the fastest man on earth. So imagine if Usain Bolt had only played cricket, not got into sprinting. So I think it is important for the parent to first check in which sport, or maybe something else, maybe a dance, a guitarist, a orator, they could be good at anything, singing, or something else totally. So first you check where he or she has got the natural ability, and then accordingly you got to move. Just because cricket is very popular, I like the sport, I as a parent when I was young, I didn't have an opportunity, now I want to give the child everything what I have. All this nonsense I've heard for a long time. It doesn't work, because knowing from working here in the academy for the last 8 years at the grassroots level, all these things are not holding good, because we're seeing a lot of dropouts at the age of 14, 15, 16, which ideally they should be playing cricket, because they think that if you start very early, but very early people are starting and very early they are quitting. So parents need to be careful about this also.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for watching this episode. Do like, share, and subscribe.
Thank you.